Hi ladies, we're going to go over your spring break SBAC homework. The first thing you're going to do is go to this website here. You actually do not need that second part at the end. You simply need practice.smarterbalance with a D at the end.org. So I'm going to delete that and click enter. It changes the website with the word student at the end and brings you right back to where we were. You're going to leave the home page here like it is. This box is checked off, guest user. So is this box. Nothing changes. Do not enter any information. Click sign in. Once you're here, it's going to ask you, is this you? Your name is not here because you're logged in as a guest, which is perfectly fine. This is a drop-down menu where you're going to choose which grade you're in. So choose either 6 or 7. Make your choice and then click yes for next step. Here's your menu of your homework. There are 2 sections down here that are not for homework, so you are just going to ignore those. And then the others you are going to do. At least one opportunity from each of the 4 tests. The practice test for ELA and the performance test for ELA, the practice test for math, and the performance test for math. So let's begin. If we're getting started with practice test for ELA, we click here. There are so many choices in your settings listed. You may leave them as is. Some of them are obviously interesting and can make you curious about what to try. You can attempt that, but don't spend too much time here. Do not unclick options like this. Leave highlight, leave things here, expandable passages. Those are things that are very helpful for the test taking climate. Scroll down and click select. There's more choices to make here. Is this your test? You're still in guest mode. This is still correct. Leave it as is. Say yes, start my test. You're familiar with this icon where you do have to test the sound. Once you've done that, this will change from gray to blue and you can click on it. This is an overview. You've seen some of these before from taking the IABs. You can scroll through it quickly and begin test now. Once you're here, you know the drill. You're going to have a certain amount of questions that are noted here. There's in sections, so there's going to be 29 total for this test as noted up here. When you're taking the practice test, because you are in a guest session, you cannot save your work. Be prepared to have scratch paper and record your answers in case you can't get this done in one sitting. The point is for you to take it seriously and not to rush through your answers. You will be provided with a graphic organizer, and we will ask you to capture some of your responses and how you justified them. So that's how we do the ELA practice test. The math practice test looks a little bit different, so we're going to go there next. Starting from the beginning, leave all of this just as it is, nothing to do here. Here, just pick your grade level. Let's go with 6th grade this time. Click yes. All right, so now my options look different with grade 6. Remember, these 2 down here are not needed. So I'm just going to go over them. Not needed. Ignore. Ignore, 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 ignore. You are responsible for 1 opportunity here and here, as well as on this side. So let's pretend we're going to do our math practice test next. We click on that. You have some language options noted here. Again, don't worry about the settings too much. Click select at the bottom. They're going to review all the settings that you had. Yes, you want to keep the highlighter and the other options. Click yes, start my test. These are reminders of what each thing is when you're in the test. Scroll through and begin test now. Like I mentioned, there are multiple questions here. It's treating this like an actual test at the end of the year. Even though it says save and pause, you are in a guest session. You cannot save and pause your work. If you can't do this whole practice in one sitting, that means all at one time, don't rush through it. Instead, take out a piece of scratch paper and as many questions as you get done in one sitting, you can write them down. And when you come back to it, you're able to practice. Some of the questions, most of them should be the same from the last time you logged in. So that's what you have for homework. Over spring break is your test practice for the end of the year. We're getting very close to our testing window, and it's important that you are prepared as possible. Make sure you get this done. This is your priority, so plan for this. If you need free Wi-Fi, think about visiting a Starbucks or a McDonald's or any other area in your neighborhood that has free Wi-Fi. The laundromat, wherever it may be. The library is very helpful. You do have options. Make sure you take advantage of them. Thank you.